Hi children, good morning. Myself CH Yamini Devi, TGT English in Nimmakuru. Today I wanted to tell you a lesson. See children, now I will show you one picture. I hope you all have textbooks. So open your textbooks, page number 17. Okay, are you ready? See the picture given in the page number 17. This is the cover page of the lesson, The Snake Charmer. Look at the picture for 1 minute. Observe carefully. Now, let me ask you some questions. What did you observe in the picture? What did you observe in the picture? There is a beautiful house and some people are there in the picture, right? Who are those people? Can you guess? And how are they related to each other? How are they related to each other? There is a family. They are in one family. There are parents, 2 children, grandparents, and there are some other things also. Yes or no? What is the father doing in the picture? Yes, he is reading the newspaper. What is the boy doing in the picture? He is eating a biscuit from his grandmother. Right. The elder people in the picture, we can say them as grandparents, right? Now, my first question is, what are the other things you can see in the picture? Are there any other creatures in the picture? Yes. 1 dog, 2 puppies, 1 chick, some chicks, 1 hen and 1 cock, some birds, a cow, some butterflies on the flower plants are also there in the picture, right? Okay. So, after looking at the picture, we can say that is a family, beautiful family with some pet animals, right? Are there pet animals? Are those called as pet animals? Yes, those called as pet animals of that family in the picture, right? So, let me ask you some questions. My first question is, do you have any pets at your house as shown in the picture? Do you have any pets in your house? Okay. Do you know children, in my house I have a hen and some chicks. They are friends to my daughter. Do you know? They are so beautiful. They are so pretty. But sometimes they are so noisy. My second question is, are you comfortable with them? Okay. We are all comfortable with our pet animals. Do you treat them in a friendly manner? My third question is, do you treat them in a friendly manner? Very good. My daughter also treating her chicks and hen in a friendly manner. She used to take the chicks always in her hands and feed them and play with them. While they are eating, she used to throw some rice, grains on the floor to make them to eat. So, in that way she is enjoying with the chicks and hen. I hope you all enjoying with your pet animals and being friendly with your pet animals. If you find any strange animals, will you go near them? My final question is, If you find any strange animals, will you go near them? See children, whenever we see our pet animals, we feel they are so familiar with us because they are living along with us in our house, in our houses. Okay, so they are so familiar with us. We used to be with them. Okay, it is common to us to be with them. We are so friendly with them. So whenever we reach them or whenever we go near them, we won't feel any strange or we won't feel any fear or something. We feel happy to go near them, yes or not, with our pet animals. But if you find any strange animal near your house or around your house or around your school or whenever you are playing, wherever you are playing, if you find any strange animal, will you go near that? First of all, what are called strange animals? Unusual animals. We never seen such animals are called strange animals. We never see any day such animals are called strange animals, yes or no? Terrible animals, some dangerous animals like snakes and other creatures. They are called strange to us because any day we never seen them in our surroundings. So if you find any strange animal, any terrible animal, will you go near them? No, we won't go. Actually, we won't go near the strange animal because we fear that may caught us or that may something, okay, that may bite us, okay. In that way we get fear and we won't go near them. Yes. So here we are going to talk about one strange animal in the lesson, how it happened and what happened, what the strange animal did to the person in the lesson. Let us see. Okay. So you enjoyed the picture? You got the topic in your mind? Okay. Let us go into the lesson. So today's lesson is the snake charmer. Today's our lesson is the snake charmer. Okay. Are you ready, children? Let me explain the lesson. Once upon a time, there lived a snake charmer in Iraq. Once upon a time, there lived a snake charmer in Iraq. Okay. Where did the snake charmer live? In Iraq. Very good. He caught different kinds of snakes and made them to dance in the streets, in the bazaars for his livelihood. He caught different kinds of snakes and made them dance in the bazaars of the town for his livelihood. Okay. So what is his livelihood? What was his livelihood? He used to caught different kinds of snakes and made them to dance in the bazaars of the town. He was his livelihood, right? Okay. You know your parents, they do many jobs, that is their livelihood, that is your livelihood. So what was the snake charmer livelihood? He made snakes to dance in the bazaars of the town. Okay. He caught some different kinds of snakes and bring them, so made them to dance in the bazaars of the town. In that way he make some money, he used to make some money, that was his livelihood. Okay. As the days went on, so every day he was bringing snakes, making them to dance and making some money. Okay, like that the days went on. After some years, the town, it became very common to the town people. What became common to the town people? The snake charming became common to the town people. Okay, whenever the people felt it became very common, So they are not showing the interest towards the snake charming in the bazaar. Okay, they are not showing, they lost interest in these street performances. Okay, they lost interest in these street performances. Every time you see children, audience want a new thing, audience want a new show or a new thing, because it became common to them. Okay, many times they have seen that. So they are not showing any interest towards the street performance of the snake charmer. Thus the snake charmer chose to go into the harsh and snowy mountains looking for new sorts of snakes. Thus the snake charmer went into the harsh and snowy mountains to find the different kinds of some different sorts of snakes, because already whatever the snakes he has, he already played them, he already made them to dance in the street performances. The town people already have seen those type of those snakes. So he wanted to find different sorts of snakes in the mountains. Okay, different types. Okay, what are the different types? We can say flying snakes, like that. He wanted to catch them. So let us see what did he caught and what did he do on the snowy mountain. He went into the harsh and snowy mountain. Remember that, harsh and snowy mountain. Harsh and snowy mountain, what it would be like? Very always snow falling, very harsh to live, and it is the place, it is not the suitable place to live for any creature or for any animal or for living beings. Okay, for the living beings it is not suitable to live on the snowy mountains. He wanted to display them to the town people and thereby raise a few coppers from the spectators. He wanted to display them to the town people and thereby raise a few coppers from the spectators. So why did he go into the harsh and snowy mountains? I already told you, no one can live on the snowy mountains, no one can be on the snowy mountains for a period of time. Okay, why did he go into the harsh and snowy mountains? Let us see. What is the reason? You tell me. You guess the reason. Why did the snake charmer went into the harsh and snowy mountain? Because the town people are not showing to the street performances he was doing. So it became very hard to his livelihood. To run his livelihood, he went into the harsh and snowy mountain to find the different kinds of snakes, and after that he is expecting that he wanted that to play them, to show them to the town people. Okay, to attract the town people. Right, here we got a new word, display. A new word, display. He wanted to display them to the town people. He wanted to display them to the town people. Can you guess the meaning of the word display? To show something to someone. To show something to someone. Okay, here is the meaning on the board. See, to show something to people. To show something to people. In the sentence, display is acting as a verb. The word display is acting as a verb. Okay, and its meaning is to show something to people. Alright. Next, he wanted to display them to the town people and thereby raise a few coppers from the spectators. Here I can see a new word, coppers. What is the meaning of the word coppers? I know the word copper. It is a metal. What are coppers? Coppers means brown coins used as currency in olden days. Brown coins used as currency in olden days. Brown coins used as currency in olden days. See, when there were kings and queens ruling the countries, they used to provide gold coins, brown coins, sometimes silver coins as currency to their people. Okay, in olden days. Nowadays we are having stainless steel coins made of stainless steel and currency. Is it right? Currency notes. In those days, in olden days, they used to have copper coins, brown coins as currency in those days. Did you understand? Okay. From the spectators means spectators are nothing but the audience. Spectators are nothing but the audience. The audience who are watching the show. They are called spectators. Okay. So he wanted to display them to the town people and wanted to raise some coppers from that means he wanted to make some money for his livelihood. He wanted to make some money for his livelihood. Let us see what did he find on the snowy mountain for his which is useful for his livelihood. Let us see. There is a picture under the passage. Everyone looking at the picture, right? Yes. We can see a strange animal in the picture. Will you guess what it is? Yes, it is a dragon, a brown dragon, a mighty brown dragon. And the snake charmer also we can see. We can see the snake charmer is approaching the mighty dragon lying on the snow, on the mountain. Is it right, children? Yes. Let us read the next passage. He was foolish to search through the snowy mountains for snakes. He was foolish to search through the snowy mountains for snakes. I already told you, no one can be for a period of time on the for some time or 1 hour or some time on the snowy mountain because it is so frozen, it is so cool, it is unable to live or unable to stay there for a time. Okay, for a period of time. So how would the snake charmer expected there will be snakes? Snakes also creatures. They can't live on the snowy mountain. Could he find any snakes? Let us see. Fortunately, he found a mighty and ferocious looking dragon which appeared to be dead from the cold. Fortunately, he found a mighty and ferocious looking dragon which appeared to be dead from the cold. Fortunately, luckily, he found a mighty, ferocious looking, mighty, very big, very big, mighty, ferocious looking, very dangerous. It is looking very dangerous. It is looking very terrible. Okay, ferocious means dangerous, terrible looking dragon. Dragon, what is it? What is the meaning of the dragon? It is a new word we got in the passage. Let us see the meaning. A dragon is an aggressive animal. A dragon is nothing but an aggressive animal with wings and a long tail. It have wings and it has a long tail. Looks terrible. It looks terrible. Have you ever seen a dragon in your life? In your surroundings? No, we never seen a dragon in our surroundings anywhere because it is a fiction animal and no one ever seen until now. Till now no one ever seen such a terrible animal. Okay. But the snake charmer found a ferocious and giant and very mighty dragon on the snowy mountain. Let us see what happened. And it appeared to be dead from the cold. It appeared to be dead from the cold. How is it on the snowy mountain? Is it flying on the snowy mountain? No, it appeared to be dead from the cold. I already told you it is very difficult to be on the snowy mountain. Okay, the dragon also got cold and nearly to be dead. Okay, appeared to be dead. So what did the snake charmer do? What did the snake charmer do? Let us see. It was big and looking attractive in brown color. It was big and looking attractive in brown color. How was the dragon? It was big and looking attractive in brown color. He bundled up the frozen creature in a cloth and tied up with a string and carried it down to the town. He bundled up the frozen creature in a cloth and tied up with a string and carried it down to the town. What did the snake charmer do with the dragon? He bundled up the frozen creature. The frozen creature is nothing but the dragon. Okay, he bundled up with a cloth and tied it up with a string and carried it down to the town. The snake charmer carried the dragon down to the town. Okay. He was dreaming that this mighty dragon would change his fate. He was dreaming that this mighty dragon would change his fate. So why did the snake charmer carried the dragon down to the town? Because he was dreaming that this mighty dragon would change his fate. It may raise some money for his livelihood by showing it to the town people. He was dreaming that he could make some coppers from the town people for his livelihood. It was his expectation. Okay, are you understanding, children? Are you getting me? Right. So that was his dream. People would admire his brave act. Here, see, children. So the snake charmer thought that the dragon was dead. And he wanted to tell the town people that he killed the dragon. Actually, he killed the dragon. He wanted to tell that to the town people. I killed the dragon, like that he wanted to tell, and he wanted to make some money, and he wanted to get some appreciation from the town people. Okay. People would admire his brave act and treat him in a ceremonial way. He might get a lot of money so that he could lead a luxurious life. That was his expectation. What was the snake charmer's expectation? Why did he carry the dragon down to the town? He carried the dragon down to the town because he was expecting that people would admire his brave act, and he wanted to make some money after showing the dragon to the people, because the people in the town never seen such a terrible, ferocious dragon before. The town people never seen such a terrible, ferocious dragon before. So he wanted to show it to the people in the town. He wanted to make a show with the dead dragon. He was thinking to the town people. In that way, he wanted to make some money for his livelihood. And he was dreaming to lead a luxurious life. Very good, children. Now, based on the two paragraphs, I will ask you some questions. Okay. My first question to you. Now we are going to comprehend the two passages. My first question is to you is, why did the snake charmer go to the snowy mountains? If you have a notebook, take out your notebook and note down the questions and answer them. Okay. Why did the snake charmer go to the snowy mountains? It is in the page number 20. My second question is, How was the dragon when the snake charmer found it in the snowy mountains? How was the dragon when the snake charmer found it in the snowy mountains? The dragon was in dormant state. Dormant state. Dormant means inactive. Dormant means inactive. You can see here. Dormant means inactive. Inactive state. It is not moving. There was no physical movement in the dragon. It was lying on the snow on the mountain. Yes or no? Right. What made the snake charmer pick the dragon up with him? What made the snake charmer pick the dragon up with him? The snake charmer picked the dragon up with him because he wanted to make a show. He wanted to made a show, and by that he wanted to raise some money from the spectators for his livelihood, and he wanted to get appreciation from the town people, and he wanted to lead a luxurious life. Okay children, let me ask you some multiple choice questions. My first multiple choice question is to you is, the snake charmer caught the snakes because. The snake charmer caught the snakes because. Options are A. He had a snake park. He had a snake park. B. It was his livelihood. B. It was his livelihood. C. It was his passion. It was his passion. What is the correct answer? B. It was his livelihood. Very good. My second question is to you is, the snake charmer found the dragon in a dash state. The snake charmer found the dragon in a dash state. A. Sleeping. B. Dead. C. Frozen. B. Dead. 3. He decided to take the dragon to the town because. He decided to take the dragon to the town because. Option A. It was big in size. B. The town people had never seen it. C. He wanted to sell it to the people. B. The correct answer is B. The town people had never seen it, so he wanted to show that. Okay? Okay children, let us go to the true or false part. I wanted to ask you true or false. My first sentence is, the snake charmer went trekking to the mountain. Went trekking to the mountain. It is false. Yes or no? He went into the mountain to catch some terrible snakes, not for trekking. 2. The snake charmer. My second sentence is, the snake charmer thought the dragon was dead. Is it true or false? Yes, it is true. The snake charmer thought the dragon was dead. Third sentence. He put the dragon around his neck and came to the town. He put the dragon around his neck and came to the town. Yes, he carried the dragon down to the town. We read in the passage. So it is true. Okay children, these are the questions. You note down the questions in your notebook and show to your teachers. Send those pictures to the teachers. We will meet in the next class. I hope you enjoyed the class. Let's meet in the next class. Bye children. Have a good day.